Counselor? There's a raccoon stuck in the vending machine.
That's so annoying. I wanted a snack.
Welcome to Trail Mix.
Our mini episodes from Camp Counselors Podcast.
Each week, the stories come from you, our Camp Shady Birch campers.
We want to hear your juicy gossip,
Top secret confessions,
embarrassing and scary stories.
and sprinkle in our sage counselor advice.
Trail Mix is for the campers.
And God, do we love ya.
Hey, happy campers.
Welcome back to Trail Mix.
This is our mini episode where we read listener submitted stories.
Ooh, Jonathan, you sound... Let's address the elephant in the room.
I'm right here.
You sound a little gravelly, a little hoarse.
I have I don't know if it's a sinus infection or not. I'm assuming it is, but I'm just really nasally. But we're on day 4 of it. I'm not feeling great, and I'm just really pretending that I am. I've been taking my vitamins because I can't have a lot of the Western medication that everybody's been taking because I'm allergic to it. Also didn't realize the one that I've been taking downstairs from last summer is mashed up dried blackberries.
Elderberry.
And it says not FDA approved.
Well, that's what happens when you can't take your medicine, babe. You have to try different things. The rest of us, we throw back some aspirin, have a little NyQuil, make a little cocktail, and we get over it. But you have to suffer in silence. Actually, it hasn't been silent because you have been telling me a lot that you don't feel well, which is totally fine. But I wouldn't say that you're suffering in silence.
No, it's been louder than ever. I'm a lot of grunting, a lot of groaning. But I took vitamin C, but I just think that's a precautionary tale. That's you take that before to prevent getting sick.
Oh no, it's too late. You're wasting your money, and I'm going to take some more because I don't want to get sick. I've been avoiding it like the plague.
Yeah, I put it in my body, and it's listen, babe, we can prevent scurvy, but you're sick.
You gotta hydrate.
I don't understand how we've come so far as a society, what with artificial intelligence, Bitcoin, of course, and yet my body can't adapt and get over a simple head cold.
You should have went to medical school, and then you could have helped a lot of people that are in the same category as you. Did you ever think about going to medical school?
No, I'm too squirmy. I can do blood and guts when it's in a horror movie, but when it comes to real blood and guts, it's just too much.
I've never seen real blood and guts, and I don't ever plan on seeing it.
Yeah, I'm all set with that. I don't need that in my life.
Well, I'll be your doctor, and I'm going to prescribe you some rest, and some lack of screen time.
And some lactate.
And you're going to be okay. You're coming. I can tell you're getting better. I'm sorry you're not feeling good. I think it was from the plane.
Yeah, it might have been from the plane. And I did my best to really keep my hands to myself. I bought the wipes.
You always do.
I wipe everything down. I give you a little wipey. And I'm so cautious of hand sanitizer. Someone out there is going to be too much hand sanitizer is probably what made you sick. And maybe that is the case. I don't know.
Oh my God. There's a rule for everything nowadays. You can't avoid it. You're only boosting your immune system. You're going to get through this. And we're going to give a good show anyways, because you are really pushing through.
Trying. I did try the neti pot. Well, it's not the neti pot. It's the same thing as a neti pot, but it's a squishy bottle. Have you tried that?
I've had the traditional neti.
I don't know if that would work for me because I feel if I'm blocked up, gravity's not going to do it. I feel I need to be able to squeeze with pressure behind it. So it's a squeezy bottle for our listeners out there who don't know what I'm talking about. And you just put it in your nose and it just shoots whatever fluids in there up and out to the other side. You're supposed to add a packet, a salt packet. I use Sweet and Low, but it didn't work out good for me because when I did it, there was blood. There was blood everywhere.
Oh, right. That's enough of this conversation.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, we have a fantastic show for you campers.
Yes, we do.
I have a story about a sneaky toot turned into a lie that our campers bringing to the grave.
I've got a camper whose ex's infidelity was very publicly aired out on social media.
Oh my God. I have a camper whose childhood classmates traumatized their teachers.
And a confession from a camper who used witchcraft to get a boyfriend until the spell was broken in a very embarrassing, uncomfortable way.
Oh, I'm so excited. Let's get into it.
Get out of the water and onto the dock. You're not going to believe what I just heard.
Welcome back to Gossip Doc. If you heard a little piece of gossip and you think it's juicy, you can send it to us at campcounselorspod@gmail.com or campcounselorspodcast.com, and we might just read it on the show. So let's get into it. Hey, counselors and fellow campers. Do I have some hot goss for you? Longtime listener and lover of you both. I relate so much to both of you and find myself giggling like a little schoolgirl when I work from home, listening/watching the pod. You two can do no wrong in my eyes. Who wrote this?
Thank you.
And I promote you constantly. Thank you, Street Team.
Oh my God. Yeah. We need boots on the ground. What is it? Grass marketing?
We need homegrown.
Grassroots.
We need homegrown, grassroots, organic, non-GMO, dairy-free street on the team.
And
Team on the street.
That's what our camper's doing. Thank you so much, camper.
Thank you. Zachariah's God Made Girls video gets me through any bad day.
Wait, that is so awesome because I literally was singing that song for the first time in so long.
You were like yesterday.
Somebody's got to wear the pretty skirt. Somebody's got to be the one to hurt. So God made girls. Hey, God made girls, and I love them.
Anywho, my story starts in 8th grade. I grew up in a small town with 2 middle schools and at one point dated a boy. And by dated, I mean we T9 texted and saw each other maybe once a week at a sporting event. And he went to the other middle school. He was my first kiss and I was smitten until he cheated on me on a field trip to see National Treasure in theaters.
Bastard.
Where were the chaperones? Could they not take their eyes off Nicolas Cage for their duties? When I found out, I started, quote unquote, dating another boy at my own middle school, and these two actually ended up getting in a fist fight at the end of the joint 8th grade pool party. Kind of iconic, but not part of the story. Love that for you. Flash forward 20 years. Okay, so this is recent now. I follow him on Instagram, where he has a joint account with his long-term girlfriend.
Wait, so weird.
I was just going to ask you your opinion on joint accounts with long-term partners.
If you are 65 and my aunt, go for it. If you are anyone under the age of 40, what's going on? That's a trust issue, and that there's something dark behind that. If you need a joint account because there's that much issue, like maybe just don't have social media.
Yeah.
What? And there's literally no other explanation other than the fact that there is a lack of trust, because you can't explain it to me. You could lie to yourself, but you're not going to lie to me. So.
Maybe they have a podcast, our camp counselors podcast.
Oh
social media is a joint account.
Please, I can't.
One morning, there was an interesting story on his Instagram.
Oh God, I'm already obsessed. What is it? Please.
Beginning with the text reading. You should have not shown up drunk to my house last night and got in bed if you didn't want me to expose you to your wife and all these people who think you're a great guy. You're not. And I called your wife and told her everything. That's posted on his story.
On their story.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. On the joint account story.
Okay. I'm so confused. Will I get some clarity?
Yes, you will. Let me tell you, campers, this got me hook, line, and sinker.
Of course.
As it turns out, he cheated on his longtime girlfriend, who he shares the Instagram with his side girl who took his phone when he passed out drunk next to him and outed him on his own story.
The thing is, though, like, I can't even support the other girl for doing that, because it's like, you know what you're getting into, unless you were blindsided, but it doesn't feel like it. So it's like, what's the point here? You know what I mean? Like, if you're that upset by it, why did you get involved with a man who was with somebody? You know what I mean?
That's very valid, and I totally agree. But had she not got involved, we wouldn't have this story.
Yeah, you're right. So we'll be grateful. I'll shut my mouth.
She goes on to share. Okay, this is bad. This is still on his account. Oh, I'm sorry, their joint account.
Their account.
She goes on to share screen recordings of text threads and then many other messages he had been sending to numerous other women that were on his phone. Oh. So she's just going through his phone while he's like drunk, passed out.
He's a dog.
Yeah. The receipts were all there. Turns out he was a serial cheater. It ended up being 12 stories long, and their joint account was taken down shortly after.
Oh, I feel bad for the partner.
I know, I do too, but it's like, Camper, did you get screenshots, please? I assume she has since declared her own independence, but I don't have all the nitty-gritty details. Honestly, it keeps me up at night. I've reconnected with friends from high school and that I haven't spoken to in years about this drama.
The best. That's the best. It's the commonality. It's the common link.
Right. It's like, I don't care how you've been.
Yeah. I don't care about your kid. Did you see who's cheating on? Yeah. That's what I want to talk about.
Exactly. We're planning a 15-year high school reunion this summer, and we might as well hold it in a courtroom because there's about to be a full-blown investigation. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Some boys just can't keep their hands out of the cookie jar. Love you. Signed, Spillin' Tea in Cabin 3. Great story, camper. I do feel bad for the partner though.
I do, but when stuff like that happens, or not even just like a cheating thing or like anything that happens dramatic, I always screenshot. I'm going to screenshot it.
Yeah.
I think it's just like, I need the memory. I need the laughter. I need to send it to everybody I know. So she probably has a screenshot somewhere. She's going to write it down. She has a screenshot.
And you know, he was a cheater before. If they cheat before, like when she was in 8th grade, they're going to cheat again. So this is probably why the wife put together like a joint Instagram account.
We should watch National Treasure together.
I've never seen National Treasure in my entire life.
It is beyond compelling. It is actually so incredible.
Wait, I literally was thinking in my head that it was what's the one where the dinosaurs come to life?
Jurassic Park.
Night at the Museum.
So also another incredible movie.
They're like stepsisters to me.
Absolutely
in me, they're
not.
like one and the same.
No, they're not, because Ben Stiller plays like a goofy like security guard, and he's like, oh my god, all the places are alive. National Treasure takes you on like a mission through history, time, and space, where we are unlocking things and connecting dots that we didn't even know were possible.
Like the Da Vinci Code for kids.
It is. I actually have never seen the Da Vinci Code.
Oh, see, I read the book and I saw the movie. It was pretty good.
But I've heard that comparison before, and it really is Da Vinci Code Jr.
It's Da Vinci Code coded.
Let's bring back Seen It.
This is a really big secret. Thank God we're on a body of water. This is Confession Canoe.
Welcome back to Confession Canoe, campers. Get it off your chest and into our inbox. We're ready to expose your tea.
That was good.
Thank you. I kind of like fumbled the words a little bit, but I appreciate your support. So we have 3. We're going head to head to head.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll start.
I'll begin also after that.
You'll middle. You'll sandwich. You'll Oreo.
I'll cream the middle.
You always do. This one is so good. This one is so stupid.
Okay.
This is dumb, dumb, dumb. And I love it, love it, love it. So, hello to my favorite camp counselors. I'm newly registered for camp. However, I've been a longtime TikTok follower. Shout out Gigi and Eloise, the crusty dog. Yes, thank you for coming over to the dark side. Welcome to camp. You can pick up your knapsack and your library card in the activities cabin. The rest is on you. You signed the waiver. About a year ago, I was celebrating my last after-school softball game. I'm the coach.
Oh,
So fun. I love that. I want to be a coach of something. I want to be a cheer coach.
I believe in you.
Yeah, I have no experience, but I can learn. My boyfriend and I went out to dinner, and I had a few red sangrias to celebrate. Where are the sangria girls?
Stand up. Be recognized.
Seriously, wave your hands in the air, because it's all about the Aperol spritzes. And I used to be a sangria girl. Sometimes it's a little bit too much sugar and it gives me a headache, but nothing is more refreshing than a picture of sangria.
One time I made a picture of sangria at a party and
Is it bad?
I used cream soda.
Well, that isn't that. What? That's not sangria. What were you doing? I'm actually offended, because I feel like you're being problematic to be problematic.
No, and I wasn't. I truly wasn't. I was like, this needs a little sweetness.
Cream soda? Put some juice.
I was working with what was in the fridge, okay?
Yeah, the thing is with sangria, you can literally grab any juice from the aisle and any wine, throw them together, chop up a little fruit. It's exquisite. So, anyways, feeling accomplished and a little boozy. It was lights out, campers, and we went to bed. That is like so fun. Like, to put the verbiage in there, come on. It was 1 a.m. in the morning. That was weird. It was 1 a.m, and I wake up with a horrible stomachache, but I was so cozy in bed. I get it. I knew that I had to fart. I would feel better, so that's what I did. My boyfriend was snoring like a grizzly bear, sound asleep, so I knew I was safe. My stomach felt a little bit better, but not perfect. I know what that's like. It's like we got somewhere, but there's still a long, curvy road ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Since he was still snoring, I thought I could fart again. And I did.
Camper.
It was one of those farts that smells so foul.
Oh my God.
You're truly disgusting. You truly disgust yourself and wonder why you have any friends that smell so bad. Sometimes you can't help it. Like, there's something deep and dark and seated in you. I didn't want to go to the bathroom because it was lights out, campers. And we were just so snugly in our sleeping bags.
It sucks. I get it.
No, yeah, she's just bacon bread and bacon beans down there. I tried to get away with one more fart.
Don't do it.
But then my boyfriend suddenly stopped snoring, and I immediately hear aggressive sniffing from him.
It's giving Bear in the Big Blue House.
What is she going to do? Obviously, she rolls over and pretends to sleep.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
What else are you going to do, camper? I'm with you.
We just don't want to handle this right now. We don't want to deal with it head on.
No, he's aggressively looking for his iPhone as he's padding around the bed saying, "Hey, wake up. I think Max, our 100-pound dog, just shit in here." I immediately thought, oh no, I'm done for. I acted all tired and alarmed and said, "Huh? What are you talking about? Go back to sleep."
I was just dreaming.
Give this girl an Emmy. That's a performance. He then turns his flashlight on and looks all around the room for a massive pile of dog shit, which obviously isn't there. Meanwhile, I'm panicking, trying to hold in my laughs to see if I can get away with it. Defeated, my boyfriend gets back into bed and simply says to himself, "I don't know what that was. I don't think that smell could have come from a human." I simply roll away and go back to sleep. You did what you had to do, camper. You survived the night. Okay, so the next morning, I thought we'd forgotten about it. We didn't speak about it all morning, and he didn't text me all day. On my way home from work, he calls me and says he took a half day so we could take the dog to the vet to see if he was feeling okay. He told the doctor what happened and said just to monitor what we're feeding him. To this day, he still doesn't know that it was me, and he never will. Thank you so much. Camp counselors, you truly made me laugh and smile. Sincerely, the stinky sleeper in the isolation cabin.
Not the isolation cabin.
She has to be.
You gotta air it out.
Quarantine her, open the windows.
Wood paneling is very porous.
Yeah, it just happens to everybody. Like sometimes you eat something and it doesn't agree with you. And like the red wine and whatever you ate at the cantina, like it was a recipe for disaster. So it's happened to all of us. A similar story has happened to me. I've told it on the pod before where I was at Jonathan's friend's house. It was early on in our relationship and our friendship with them. And I had IBS. And I blew up the bathroom, and I thought it was smart to open the door, which is dumb.
To air it out.
To air it out, because I was like, if someone goes in there and it's a closed confinement, it's going to hit them, and it's going to be worse. But as I was leaving the bathroom, a couple in the party decides to leave, and they're all hugging by the door, which is by the bathroom, and one of them was like, "Oh no, I think Sadie shit."
And Sadie's the dog, by the way.
And they're all of them are sniffing around the air, and I'm looking for dog shit by the door, and I'm literally on the couch next to the living room watching them, and I was so mortified that I stood up and said, "It was me. Sadie didn't poop, I did." And they're like, "Oh, it's okay." I was like, "Okay, I'm going to go stand behind the car, run me over. I'm over it." I don't even know. I know them so much better now, but that
was like that was your introduction. You guys, campers, he's not making this up. This really did happen. I was there for it.
It wasn't my introduction, but it was early on. So
it was early on. And now that you know my friends, like,
it's funny now.
Silly.
It's silly, but it was mortifying. So
yeah.
Camp Counselors Podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. Here at Camp Shady Birch, we all have a lot going on. Maybe you're listening to our podcast while you're doing a million things at work. Maybe you're taking the kids to school while they're screaming in the back seat. Maybe you're going through a rough breakup. Life can be stressful. And if you bottle up all that stress, campers, you'll end up lashing out on the tennis courts like I did last month. Again, I really apologize for that. Therapy is a safe space to get things off your chest and to figure out how to work through whatever's weighing you down. I am a perpetual yes man, and I always end up overcommitting, and then things become too much, and then I get stressed and beyond burnt out. But I found that therapy has helped me so much when it comes to setting boundaries and communicating with others. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's done entirely online and it's so flexible, which is great for me because I can carve out the time without needing to completely shuffle around my busy schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/camp to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/camp. Prioritize your mental health, campers.
Let me ask you a question. You have a best friend? How big would it shock you if somebody told you that your best friend just killed somebody?
911, emergency. Someone on the other line said they kidnapped my son and they're demanding $500,000.
On September 12th, 1995, 12-year-old McKay Everett disappeared from his home in Conroe, Texas. It was a crime that shocked the community because the suspect was so unlikely, so unexpected.
Former high-ranking police official, he'd run for sheriff at one point.
Law enforcement personnel were pretty much split down the middle over whether or not he actually did this.
And to this day, McKay's mother, Paulette, still feels that justice was never truly served.
I've asked myself so many times, what in the world happened?
Ransom is available now. Listen at ransompodcast.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you have a story for us?
I do have a story. Here we go. Here we go. Why did I say that? That was so weird.
Because here we're going to go.
Hey, counselors. Love you both so much and couldn't survive without this podcast. Love you.
Love you.
So basically, our camper explains at the top of this story that they were on TikTok and was being fed the tarot card readings. Do you ever get those where it's like, there's no tags here if you're seeing this, it's meant for you? Do you pause?
No, I used to get them, but I'm not like a spiritual person in that sense.
At the beginning of the hype of it all, I did stop and I would listen to the messages from the angels and my cards. And I do fully believe in that. But once the algorithm starts, I also believe that the algorithm will feed you everything that you've been watching, whether there's hashtags or not, because it is reading all of the words that you're saying.
Wait, also like a tarot reading is supposed to be kind of personal and intimate. And I feel like if 400,000 people saw this, I'm not even into it because I'm like, baby, I'm so specific. I'm so interesting. I'm my own person. I don't want to be sharing a reading with 400,000. Like, that's not me. That's them. That's somebody else because I'm doing my own life. I'm not relating to that many people all in the same day. That can't be true. We're also specific and individual people. You don't believe that. You're so amazing and individualistic. You don't need to group reading. You need your own. So I feel about that.
You're such an Aquarius.
So are you.
So then this person came across advice from a local psychic on how to get the person you want to be with you forever.
Oh, I love that.
I came across one of these videos and it said if you write a love letter to yourself in extreme detail about how you want someone to feel about you and how you want your future to pan out together in their POV and stick the letter under your pillow and literally sleep with it, you will manifest that person having those feelings for you.
I like kind of believe that though.
Right. So
that's
it's like
different.
It's more manifestation versus like witchcraft, but sometimes they can be synonymous.
Yeah, kind of. They hold hands in the river.
They kiss in the river, naked, clad.
What's clad mean?
Just in the nude.
Oh.
Birthday suit. Now, I've never been one to dabble in witchcraft, but I was intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
I had been dating this guy, we'll call him Nathan, for about 5 months. Things had been great, and I saw, why are you laughing?
We'll call him Nathan.
Sure.
It's not my like go-to like made up name. I would have said
Gavin.
Oh, we don't, since Gavin DeGraw, we've really had a hole in the market.
Yeah, I couldn't name another Gavin.
I know a Gavin.
Who?
It's my friend's nephew.
This is made up.
No, it's
That's
not
real. Or do we have any Gavins listening? Is anybody dating a Gavin? So this person had been seeing this guy. I saw a future with him and wanted him to feel the same, which I thought he did, of course, but I wanted to take matters into my own hands just in case. So I write a love letter to myself from Nathan, like the video said to do. And it said everything that a girl could ever dream of. It was very detailed about how he knew I was the one. He wanted to marry me, have a family with me, and so on and so forth. I'll spare you the details of the letter to still have some shred of dignity left. No, get a scanner. I want that HP scanner and I want to read it in your handwriting. So I folded up and I slept with it under my pillow for the next few nights and thought nothing of it until a couple of days later. Nathan unexpectedly came over and stayed the night.
No, I hate where this is going. No, I don't want to hear it.
The next morning when I woke up to go to work, he stayed at my house and slept in. I texted him like I normally do when I get to work, and he usually texts me back right away, but I don't hear from him. Hours passed, which is so unlike him. But me being, I can't. Like
I'm like sick to my stomach thinking about him finding it. I'm like, I'm gonna throw up. I hate this.
But at this part, our camper is like, why? Like, what is he doing? Like,
she's not remembering that it's there.
No.
Oh my god, it's gonna hit her. It's gonna hit her.
It was too late for him to still be sleeping in, and everything was perfect between us. So I couldn't figure out what it could be, and then it hit me. In all caps, the love letter.
Oh, God.
I never took the love letter I wrote to myself from him from underneath my pillow.
When you put it like that.
It sounds crazy. I go into full-blown panic. I thought I was going to shit my heart straight out of my asshole. I'm at work and there's no possible way for me to leave and go home and get that goddamn letter. So all I can do is wait. That's the worst. I would be like, I gotta go. I have to go. But then even if you go, he could have already read it.
She's literally an anesthesiologist. They're like, we're in the middle of surgery.
Well, give me the tube, doc. I need to be knocked the fuck out till this thing blows over. When he finally texted me, it was very casual, like nothing was wrong. And he just said, went back to sleep. I wasn't convinced, so I didn't respond back till I got home to see what the letter situation was. Finally, after an agonizing couple of hours, I get home to see that my bed had been made. That was nice of him.
Yeah, so he found the letter.
Immediately, my brain goes, he found it. He couldn't have not seen it when making up my bed. So then our camper realizes that the note is not there. Did he see it?
What is it?
Did he see it? Like, the note's not there, babe. Like, well, I guess he could have like fallen behind the bed.
No, he's high.
Do I say anything? Do I let it go? Just make up some insane excuse if he brings it up?
Well, it's crazy that he would take it.
Well, maybe it could have fell down the bed.
Well, then look behind the bed. Answer solved. It's like it's a contained room, babe. It's not on open water. Like if it's behind the bed, it's not. It doesn't seem like it is.
She could be like, yeah, that was so weird that you wrote me that note. Like, what the fuck?
You don't remember?
You're like, yeah, I found it in my room, and like
all this happened from a local psychic's ad. Like crazy.
Okay. I text him back with our conversation as normal, and he invited me over to his place for dinner. I thought surely he would say something to me at dinner if he saw it. But not a word. So you might be asking yourself, did it work? Yeah. Well, a wonderful month goes by. And then out of nowhere, he ghosts me. So they've been dating for like 7 months. And you get ghosted by somebody you've been dating for 7 months?
Yeah. I'll let you finish.
I will never know if he actually saw the letter. Babe, he saw the letter.
No, he saw the letter. He saw the letter.
Or not. But moral of the story is to my fellow campers: if you're gonna practice TikTok witchcraft, which is what the government wants to take away from us, they want to shut that witchcraft down on TikTok. Make sure you don't forget about your whole setup to avoid getting caught by the one you've been practicing said witchcraft on. Love, the camper no longer practicing witchcraft in cabin 2. ... Unless it works.
Listen, he's not the guy for you, and that's what the spell worked on. He got rid of that guy to leave space for a new guy. It was an incredible story. He absolutely found the letter, and that was the catalyst of the end. But on to up, better, bigger and better?
Bigger and better, upward and onward. And there's a PS.
Oh, sorry.
What does PS mean?
Post signature.
Wow. I never knew that. What is RSVP?
Return verified. Sender, please.
Okay, period. P.S. After I got ghosted, I restarted your podcast. It's been a saving grace getting me through each day. Thank you for the laughs in a time where all I wanted to do was cry. Thank you, camper. I'm so sorry. He's a piece of shit, whether he found that or not. Like, we were giggling about your story. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
But I get it. It sucks. I've had dark times, and podcasts definitely helped me get through it. So it's, it feels good to know that we're doing the same for other people. We'll always be here for you. Camp Shady Birch is always here for you.
Yeah, and there's probably another camper out here going through a similar situation, and that story brightened up a lot of campers' lives. So bigger and better, upward and onward. Thanks for being here, and we literally love you.
So we've caught another confession canoe, do we not?
The final one of the day.
Let's do it.
Hey, counselors.
Hey.
This story is about the time me and my friend tried to murder the substitute teacher.
Okay.
Now, this happened all the way back in the 3rd grade. My class was absolutely chaos. We had earned the title of the bad kids because we were constantly having kids sent to the office or the principal calling our room. Me and my best friend, who we'll call Leah, were the culprits. It's so funny how you guys choose your names. Like, why Leah? Why Kevin? I love it. We had been separated multiple times for talking, yelling, farting, and interrupting the teacher. Leah was definitely more worse behaved than I was. To put it lightly, she was psycho.
Okay.
Me and my friends always used to get separated in class. All the time.
You're a loud laugher, and you love to giggle, you love to have a good time, and I love that about you. Like when we were on the plane and we couldn't stop giggling.
Oh my God, guys, we were on the plane. Should we save this for the
Yeah, we'll save it for the next week.
Yeah, it'll be on the next episode, but we'll teaser here. We were on the plane and we were so exhausted. Jonathan and I were laughing so hard. I had tears. I couldn't breathe. And that's like my favorite feeling in the world. When you can't catch your breath from laughing. It's like, if I could have that nonstop, I would. I needed it. It was healing.
Patreon.com/campcounselors. We actually vlogged it in real time.
Oh my God, really? The laughter? Yeah. Oh, I have to see it.
The Mexico vlog.
Okay, so let me get back to the story. She was the kind of kid you would expect them to make a Netflix documentary about in 20 years.
Oh God.
Love Leah. That's the Netflix documentary title. Love Leah.
Oh.
Love, comma, Leah. Like a signature. Sorry. She was obsessed with death and murder. Oh, yeah, for sure. It was a little scary, but 8-year-old me didn't think much of it. So anyways, back to the story. It was a normal morning for our class. We came into the room, sat at our desks. I need to mention that all of our desks are separated around the room because no one in class could behave. So some kids had to sit in the corner facing the wall because it was the only way they would behave. After a while, we realized the teacher is nowhere to be found. While kids facing the wall, he's like, is this going to start?
Did you ever have to face the wall in class?
Of course.
I had to face the wall one time. And I need to redeem myself really quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you. But I was literally reading my own essay to myself to see how it sounded out loud. And my 5th grade teacher she was having a bad day.
Yeah.
She was blowing up on everybody. But I did not need to be her emotional punching bag.
You didn't.
And that's what I was. She made me go stand in the corner and she called me JC because that's what I went by back then. It's a long story, but I had an identity crisis the first day of class when she said, if you want to be called by any other name, let me know. Called my name. I've never been called JC in my life. And I said, JC. And that's what I went by. Anyway, I was punished by standing against that cold, ugly, white painted brick and mortar. And I was mortified.
Weird. No, that's the next line. But it sounded like a funny response to what I was going to say. I'm sorry that happened to you. And she was using you as an emotional punching bag, but we all have bad days.
Yeah.
So do we forgive and forget, or do we remember and stew?
She rode a motorcycle. And so did that lady who tried to bully me at Neptune's Net.
You have a really hard time with biker chicks. It's kind of your thing.
All I'm doing is simply existing. Like, get off my case, bro.
You need to at all times look in every room and see, if you see a woman in leather, leave the room.
I'm out.
Weird. Of course, we all start shouting at each other about what to do. Some kids offer to teach the class. That's what I would have done. Okay, guys, I'll help. Some offer to try and hack her computer and send an email to the principal. That's you. Some try to work the phone, which had special settings that we didn't know how to use. Finally, the one responsible kid in class goes next door and grabs the other teacher. She calls the front desk and lets them know we have no teacher. A few minutes later, they send a sub down, and they picked the worst sub for the class. He was on the shorter side, hairy, and was wearing your classic nerdy guy outfit. This is so mean. Not to mention he had a squeaky voice. Oh, my God.
But was he nice? What
he
was his
probably
character
was,
like?
but these are 8-year-olds, and they're assholes.
Yeah.
This man stood no chance. That's what she wrote. The second he walked in the door, the joke started. He walks in, introduces himself, and sets his stuff down on the desk. I don't remember much other than he couldn't get through one lesson because we would interrupt him. At one point, the worst behaved girl in class, Brianna, and I know you didn't change her name, got up on the back counter and started twerking, yelling, "Watch my dance."
That is you.
I would never. I always would stop when subs would come in because I don't like the way people treated the subs. I would never be I was never mean to a sub. I think that's mean. It is mean. And they're always old and they're always a little nervous and you can read it and kids are awful. I was never mean to a sub.
You see a crack in that foundation.
You have to walk in strong as a sub.
Yeah.
But if you're mean, it's honestly, if you're a sub, just be chill because you're never going to win.
Just wheel in the fucking TV, pop in that fucking VCR and just play Bill Nye.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Get your hourly rate, have your salad, shake it up and let the kids go crazy.
Shake it up.
The poor guy didn't know what to do other than stand there and say, "Brianna, please get down." But of course she didn't listen. Oh my God. Anyways, we finally got to recess and me and Leah are doing our walk around the playground when she goes, "I have a plan." Now, those were words Leah said often, and they were never good. She always had a plan and it usually involved hurting someone or getting hurt.
Oh my, why are you friends with her?
Leah says, "Let's get rid of that teacher once and for all."
No.
Leah, chill. Leah, relax. Leah, what's going on at home?
No, Leah needs to be checked in on.
Yeah, that's what
like.
they said.
Where is she now?
Yeah, well, we'll have to check in with our camper. It gets worse. She then showed me a packet of silicone gel beads she found on the playground.
The silica gel.
Yeah.
All right.
They come in like toys.
Yeah, I've seen them in my shoe boxes.
I've seen them in food items.
Yeah, I've seen them around the house. Never on a playground.
They say, "Do not eat. They're toxic. Let's stick them in his water."
Okay. Wow, so that's her plan.
Now, I was a kid who just wanted to be cool. I didn't want to kill him, but I didn't know how to say no. So I agreed. We came back from recess and he informed us he needed to use the restroom. He would be back in a minute. He walks out and immediately Leah runs up to his desk while I play lookout. She opened his water bottle and dropped the packet of gel beads in. We return to our desk and he comes back to the bathroom, from the bathroom. He sips his water and immediately the class bursts into laughter. He's confused as to why, but we did a lot of things that day to confuse him, so he ignored it and went on. This poor man.
Oh my God.
To this day, I don't know what happened, but I do know we never saw him sub at our school again. Signed, the possible murderer in cabin 5. That's awful. Looked it up, and you cannot die from a silica gel. You can get nausea, you can possibly vomit, but they're not going to kill him. We didn't want to read a story that someone would actually die on. But that was vicious. That was a vicious story. And if you're a parent out there, please talk to your kids and tell them to be nice to the subs. They are underpaid, underappreciated, teachers in general. Also, I'm going to say it. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it. The kids nowadays, my friends, I have so many friends who are teachers. Kids are worse than they've ever been. I'm not joking.
Really?
They're so
believe that.
bad. And they think they like can use like the law on their side. That's the bad. Kids will be disrespectful and be like, you can't hit me. It's like, well, yeah, but it's like, don't say that. So it's like, that's the thing is, if a kid disrespects me, I will cuss out a kid.
You're not above it.
And keep that in. Kids piss me off. When they're rude, I can't do it.
Yeah, some need to be put in their place.
Yeah, they really do. They really do. I put a lot of kids in their place. Some of them in my family.
Okay, period.
I took my nephews and my niece to the zoo. They were being bad. I sat them down on the bench. I said, y'all are being disrespectful, and I'm not tolerating it. I had to.
You have to.
They were like 7. I said, you're being disrespectful. I'm not doing this. I was raised that if I was out of line, there was consequences. And I don't agree with the wooden spoon, but I got the wooden spoon. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying hit kids, but also bring a natural fear to a child's life again, because they think they can say whatever they want and then there's no repercussions. Well, there is repercussions. I'm not saying physical. I'm just saying, like, when you get out in the real world,
the real world will eat you up.
They do not know.
Yeah.
So,
but now they know. Send this podcast to them.
Yeah, wheel the TV out in class now and play this. Play this. No, I stand with teachers. I really think it's a really difficult job, and they're severely underpaid. And for these kids to be assholes, it's like, what's the point? You know?
Yeah,
I hate it. But we love you, teachers, and this camper. I love you too, but you're in the wrong.
Yeah, no, you can't. And please tell me you're not friends with that girl anymore, because I don't condone.
Facebook stalk her.
Yeah, Facebook stalk her. I hope she's doing well, but she's not allowed on camp. Like, we don't want her energy here. Sorry.
Yeah, she has to be blacklisted.
Yeah.
It sucks. And we'll get the sub in here. He gets a green list.
Yeah, if he's alive, he could have died on the silica gel.
Ugh, we'll find out later. I think that's all we have for today, campers.
All we have for today, campers.
As always, if you want to be a part of our Trail Mix segments and shows on Mondays, please send your stories into campcounselorspod@gmail.com or campcounselorspodcast.com. Click the write-in tab and submit, and you just might make the show. If you haven't yet, please rate and review our show 5 stars. Share it with a friend. Share it with another camper.
Yeah, someone who's not trying to kill somebody. That would be great at recess.
That's a solid plan. Do you have anything else you want to add to the end?
No.
I'm still laughing about these stories. I'm just sitting on them for a minute. What a great show. What a great co-host.
It was a great episode. Thank you.
Love you.
Oh, love you too.
That was to you.
Oh, so I thought you were saying, I'm sorry. Babe, I'm so out of it. I
no,
don't feel
it's
good.
fine. We're going to wrap it up.
Can you wrap it up, please?
Yeah. And with that being said, lights out, campers.